Today, we're going to be talking about one piece of memorabilia, not just cards, one piece of memorabilia that you wish you could own. It's pretty cool because these are items that touch the guys up close and personal. If you don't already subscribe to this channel, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like, hit the comments. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Carlo, why don't you start us off, man? Moses Malone undies, I knew it.
Only if they're game worn, baby.
All right.
For me, I love the Sixers. Sixers fan. The highlight of me being a Philly sports fan, Game 1, Allen Iverson against the Lakers, 2001 NBA Finals. Lakers were undefeated in the playoffs up until that point, unstoppable. Allen Iverson, the little man in Philly, carrying him on his back. 48 points, overtime win. To me, the step over for Tyronn Lue. It was, other than the Phillies won the World Series, Eagles won the Super Bowl, that was my highest highlight as a Philly sports fan. I want that Allen Iverson Game 1, game used, jersey of him just dominating the Lakers, man.
Could you imagine what that's worth?
That's big.
To me, it's, you know, look, I understand they didn't win it all. I mean, he won the MVP that year, but just, you know, I just remember being younger, watching that game. You know, he ripped the hearts out of the Lakers. They went on to win the next 4. But in that moment, in that time, it was really special. You guys remember that, being in Philly.
It was so iconic.
That's as good as it gets
I mean,
with an Iverson gamer.
There's T-shirts of just that image forever. So
Yeah, I would love to see like dual auto, Tyronn Lue, Allen Iverson, but I'm sure Lue wouldn't sign.
He wouldn't. He's embarrassed.
Would his high top be worth it? Could the step over of
You know, it's just, dude. I'll just never. The image is iconic. You see some bums, Mark Madsen, some other bums on the Lakers bench screaming at him. It didn't matter. The kid was so locked in. Bang, bang, over. And after that game, I'll just never forget the look on Shaq's face, Kobe's face. They were shell shocked, and you know, Iverson was just the man. It's to me, it was the highlight of being a Philly sports fan. It will never be topped. That's my number one piece of memorabilia. Allen Iverson, Game 1 NBA Finals jersey.
What type of value do you put on that? Because you got the Garnett's NBA Finals jersey from 08 sold for $150,000 in our auction.
I have no idea what that has to do with Allen Iverson.
Well, it's an NBA Finals jersey of a Hall of Famer.
Fine.
We have Allen Iverson's first ever road jersey sold for about $43,000.
Yeah.
So what value do you put on the step over, man?
It's probably more in the Krupa budget, but you know, like I said, that's an iconic moment in NBA history. Every year, they post on Instagram, ESPN, Bleacher Report, whatever. The value, I have no idea. To me,
I have no idea.
To me, it's invaluable. But you know,
it's okay.
I could see it being I could see that being $50K plus all day.
Dude, I'm thinking $200K, honestly.
I would pay $2 million if I could.
Okay. All right, awesome. Krupalini? What do you got?
For me, obviously it's either LeBron or Jeter. But to me, the most iconic moment in my entire childhood was Jeter's last game at Yankee Stadium. The walk-off hit. I just think that entire game, I remember watching it. I couldn't even leave my chair. I was so just enamored and sad. And there's just so many emotions thinking this is his final game in a Yankees uniform. So I think it was almost like a storybook ending, how kind of everything played out. It was almost like too good to be true in a lot of ways. And I think just that signature Jeter to right field hit was just the perfect storybook ending to, in my opinion, my favorite career ever I got to watch as a kid. So if I could own, same thing, a jersey, if I could own that jersey, that would be like the icing on the cake. That would be priceless to me. If I purchased that for something, there's nothing I would ever sell that jersey for. Like you could offer me 3 times, 5 times, it would not.
Yeah, I think these items aren't about an investment or a
It's
flip.
not about the money.
It's
nothing about it.
It's just
it's
about
that
love,
moment.
yeah.
It's that moment. And I can't remember what I wore yesterday, but that moment, I remember that vividly. And I remember, I don't know, just so many things about I still get chills just thinking
Ryan's
about it.
outfits are on point. He knows what he wore last month. So don't, I get it. Though, yeah.
But to me, it just brings you back. So no matter what it is, it's tied to that moment in time, and I think that's what really collecting is about. It's not so much about the money; it's about bringing you back to a time in your childhood or your life that meant a lot to you. So that was
what it should be all
Well
about.
said,
that's
absolutely.
what it was
But
for
you don't want the bat or anything else.
Nothing.
Just,
I want the jersey because that to me, him going back on the field, kneeling at shortstop. I don't know, all of that. Just that whole thing was unbelievable. He hugged Minka Kelly. You know, that's a great thing. I mean, actually, it was Hannah Davis. Sorry, it was Hannah Davis, but that's a beautiful thing as well. I like her. So yeah, it's just great. I would like the jersey.
Right,
yeah, I would definitely like the jersey.
Awesome.
What do you got, Dave? What do we got?
Man.
12-pack game use Speedo. I mean, where are we at?
I got that.
Oh, you already got
It's
that.
on the-
Yeah,
it's
I want
over his
one
back,
piece of
dude.
memorabilia that I'd like to own, not that I already own.
Fair.
The piece is, it comes from 1998,
Okay.
September 8th, 9:08 p.m., 341 foot down the left field line, Mark McGwire's 60-second home run ball.
That barely made it over, though, right?
His shortest home
Yeah,
run of
right,
the season, if not maybe his career. The ball that he hit for 62. As much as the jersey, the bat, I like all that. I just, the ball when it
cool.
comes to the home run
Special.
ball for me, right? Even though the 70th home run went for $3 million and that was the record and that was the ball everyone wanted, to me, the 62nd, I didn't watch the final game of the season, right? He had already
Yeah.
set the record. He hit 2 in the final game. For me, at 15 years old, sitting there, just like you said, the
Yep.
emotional connection. It's 9 o'clock at night. I got school the next day. I'm in high school, and he breaks the record.
Yeah.
Misses first base almost. You just remember the whole thing. And that baseball. I mean, there's obviously some value there. Not like would be had nobody else broken the record, but for me, that ball is the one piece that I need and that I want in the collection. And I think it's in the Hall of Fame.
I was
I
gonna say,
don't
do you know
think
where it is or any idea?
it's probably in the Hall of Fame. I
Yeah.
think his bat and a couple other things are. So I don't think I'm
That
gonna-
was a really big deal. I remember same thing. I was
Huge.
young.
It's huge.
It predated all the internet, so every day I remember grabbing the newspaper that had the tally. McGuire, Sosa, Griffey was up there for a long time.
Oh,
that was a really that was a great year for baseball.
And I know people say like it was steroid era and stuff like that, but that was fun too.
It was
though. I
awesome.
mean that chase. I mean
Yeah.
people who didn't like baseball knew what was going on. They wanted
Yep.
to follow along with that, and that emotion was awesome.
Yeah, perfect age. I followed the season along. I actually was collecting McGuire cards. The year before he had 58, the year before he had 52. So you kind of built to it. It's not like it came out of nowhere. He kind of built to it. Krupe was in his diaper watching it at the time. I was in high school. But for me, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
It's all about the motion. I'm surprised, you went with Iverson.
No,
Not
sure.
really, though. And obviously we expect the Jeter. If you guys aren't surprised by now, the Mark McGwire ball.
all
That's
day.
where it's at. Guys, we'd love to hear what piece of memorabilia you want to own. Go ahead, hit it in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video. We're doing this every week. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next time.